People are literally experiencing a lot of shock and awe when they come to my channel, and then, as nature would have it, they will go and investigate. They will end up at my website, and then from there they will tune into a Shabbat service or a scripture study. While investigating, checking me out, they find it hard to disagree with the way I preach and the way I teach, even though with some people it would be considered offensive, simply because, from my perspective, we live in a wicked and perverse generation, and there is no time to play around with or toy around with your soul. I have no desire to do that whatsoever at all. We have been fed the fruit of lies the majority of all our life, and so therefore I don't have any time to toy around and play around with. Either you get it or you don't. Either your ego is too inflated, your pride is exalted to the zenith, and you have no humility in you at all to be able to humble yourself and have a teachable spirit, or you don't. Either you do or you don't. You do, don't, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully that you can humble yourself and have a teachable spirit. But anyway, let me go on before I confuse myself here. And so, people hear me, they send me emails. I mean, I could show you my inbox and you'll be literally appalled. And they send me emails because they're wondering, even after doing all this investigation, if I'm a Christian. And they also wonder if I'm messianic or if I'm all of these labels that everything says. But, right here on my shirt is clearly, it defines for you who I am. Now, I understand Christianity has its sects, and it has a bunch of bad people out there that misrepresent what the religion of Christianity is about. So does this. I mean, there are a lot of people who carry this book, and most of them will use this book to abuse you and to abuse others. The problem is this. You see, I've done my due diligence and I've done my research. And any Christian or any biblical scholar, doctor, PhD, theologian, rabbi, whoever you want to be, you're going to have a very difficult and hard time in an open dialogue. That means an open forum civil debate. And most people don't know how to do that. Trying to discredit this book, or to try to put another people from another nation and make them the people, when I, Pastor Dow, clearly know what this book says and can prove it and have done it 1,000 times over. The problem that we're having today is that many of you people have grown up with Christian mindset, Christian influences, and you assume that Israel, and this is not, listen to me real close, this is not about race. Did y'all hear what I said? But it is about the truth. And it's about for the sake of honoring the truth. You see, we have groups out here, Christianity, Messianics, and some Israelites and stuff, or people who claim to be Israelites or Jews, who have displaced the original people of this book and have taken on not the belief, but a religion that is similar to this book right here. And they have preached and they have taught this book, this scriptures right here, which is a Hebraic book, from a European perspective. It's amazing how that Israel left out of Mizraim, left out of the land of Canaan black, and then we get here some 4,000 years later, all of them are white. Now, how did that take place? How did this genetic mutation take place? Or there's sincerely something wrong. So I cannot tell the story of another nation's history like they can. Am I making any sense? I cannot tell a European, I cannot tell, I can go and become a European. And I can accept their culture. I can accept their religion. But I still can't tell the story the way that they can. And that's the same way with this Bible right here. You see, the Hebrews are an oppressed people. Number one, because they're rebellious as hell. They don't know how to obey the creator universe, and y'all chose them, but they just didn't simply want to. And when that condition is still up on us today. And you see, I'm a bloodline descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I don't expect Europeans, Japanese, Chinese, South Africans or Africans, Canadians, Australians, Hawaiians, Mexicans. I don't expect any of these people from any of these cultures to explain the history of this book the way that I would, because I am spiritually connected. I can tell you things about this book simply because it's come down my bloodline. And I'm not taking the story what somebody else has given me and trying to rehash it and not be sensitive to it. And that's why I tell people over and over again, for instance, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Hebrew. And if someone, our book clearly says, one law in Exodus 12, one law for the one that is homeborn and a stranger. I'm a minister to those in the nations. I'm not like a lot of people who possess the spirit of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. I have a different spirit. My spirit is more along the line of Moses, Joshua, Caleb, David, and Jesus, Paul. I can go all the way down the line. That's what my spirit genders to. And you'll know what I represent by the fruit that I bear. Even if you can't believe me for what I'm saying, pay attention to the works. They testify. And I know a lot of people who know how to twist, spin, warp, and distort this word. I know what they're going to say. But again, I reiterate this again. A man of another nation cannot tell this story the way that I would. They can't do it because I'm of the nation of Yisrael and not what you have been sold as a bill of goods. Those Israelis are not the people of this book. I know it's hard. And many of you Christians out there, you get offended at me because I talk about the religion of Christianity, which is 100% soaked in pagan heathen culture. And then you get mad at me because I tell you that. I've been there, done it. I was a Christian for 20 years by words off the edge of my mouth until I started understanding after being filled with the Holy Spirit. I started researching and studying, and I started saying, man, wait a minute. That book is talking about my history, my people. And I can bring it all the way up from the Exodus or from the time that Jacob and them came into Goshen all the way up till now. I can prove easily, simply, that my people are the people of that book. Now, there are a lot of people who are joining us as a people, and they are becoming the people, and most people totally disagree with that. I don't care what they disagree with. I don't care. But when the Europeans came in and started classifying people, Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Negroid, rather than coming from the seed of Shem, Ham, and Japhet, which if you start from the Table of Nations, you would really find out a lot about all of us that cannot be argued, period. And so what we do is we have today, we have a lot of people who have embraced this Bible, but they don't tell the story. They don't tell the account of the good message, the good news, the way that it was intended to be told. And they use it to police a lot of people. They use it to create religions. They use it to bring about confusion. And of course, the Messiah gave us the answers. The only way you're going to know these people is by their fruit. And that's why I tell people over and over again, you can pick and choose. You have your right. You have liberty to do what you need to, what you want to and stuff. But if you have ears to hear, you will hear. And it's none of my business if you don't have ears to hear me. But one thing about it, I will be actual, factual, and brutally honest and very truthful. And that is the truth. And that's the reason why I don't have many people contending with me. You know, most people, they will accept certain things about this book, and that would be their what they call their strong point, and that's all they can represent. But they really truly can't fulfill this thing and live this thing the way it's intended according to what is written. So no, the Messianics are not the original people of this book. So therefore the story is going to be slanted, and it has been slanted. The Jews of today are not the people of this book. And I know that I even sound crazy to a lot of you people, but all I ask is you just do your due diligence. Just do it and investigate this thing very seriously. Because I know from the very beginning you're going to get offended. You're going to be mad. You're going to be upset. But you can't continue to allow your life to be controlled by impulses, emotions, and feelings. You have to deal with facts. You must deal with facts. And of course, then it flabbergasts people. It really, truly, they just don't get it. They look at me, especially the white people. They look at me and say, how in the world can this man be a black preacher and then have a congregation that is mixed? I mean mixed, because we have Indians, we have black people, we have white people, we have Mexicans, we have Puerto Ricans, we have Japanese. We've got people from every walk of life, Africans, and that is in this. And they are all learning the truth of what this Bible says. And not only that, they're being delivered. They are being healed, both naturally and spiritually. Like I said, there ain't too many congregations. There's not too many pastors today. They have the testimony that I have when I say not one of us are on prescription drugs. Not a one of us. And we range from 86 years old all the way down to a few months old. That's amazing, isn't it? Remarkable, isn't it? So when the real true word comes, it brings about healing. It will heal. And not only that, if you avoid certain things of this Bible, you can't expect to eat the good fruit of it. But I don't want to err on the side of caution, if I can use those words right here. All I can tell you is that you are the ones that's going to have to get clear. I already know who I am and what I believe in, and the people who are coming into this, they as well. And once you understand the intent, that's the whole idea of the intent of my heart. You hear my words, you hear my speech and stuff, but I can in no way deny at all, period, that my people are the people of this book, because I can prove it. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I can prove it. And if you go back, you see all these open challenges I made. People want to debate over the silly, stupid stuff, but they don't want to get down to the nitty-gritty and the hard facts of things. And so therefore, I don't concern myself with a lot of people. If you have ears to hear, black, white, red, yellow, blue, purple, green, brown, makes no difference to me. You can obviously see it on the website. You can see it on Shabbat service. You can see it. We don't do this demonic racism things and judging people by the color of their skin or the non-color of their skin, because the Bible speaks about nations, and inside of a nation you have people from all different ethnic backgrounds, but yet and still they were one nation because they were all under one law. That's like America. America is trying to get us all to get up under the banner of being American, which religion is Christianity. And I greatly dissent against the religion of Christianity. As a matter of fact, I think it is Mystery Babylon in itself. I think it's one of the greatest deceptions that has ever been perpetuated on mankind. Now, I'm talking about the religion of Christianity as set forth by the Roman Catholic Church. I'm not talking about the Messiah, Jesus Christ. No, he's my Messiah, my King. And I love him greatly and dearly and honor him with my life, because I live a separated, sacrificed life. Again, by their fruit you should know them. But Paul also told us over in the book of Corinthians that there would be people that would come and preach another Jesus. And that is what we've had preached to us today, another Jesus. And when I start telling people about this other Jesus that has been preached, this other Jesus that the Messianics preach, the other Jesus that some of these Hebrew Israelite camps preach, this other Jesus definitely Christians preach, people get mad and upset at me, and I'm not disturbing any people. People can, you can exercise your right when you hear me. You can just turn the dial, turn the channel. But I don't expect anyone of another nation to be as passionate about this book as I am. I literally don't. My passion shows in my life. It shows in the way that I live. It shows in the way I believe. And I'm first and foremost Israel before anything. Oh, I can say I'm American because I live in America. I was born in America. I even served in the armed forces of America. So if there's anybody that knows about being patriotic or being, having patriotism, that would be me. I'm not no fluke or Johnny come lately and stuff like this. No, my ass is literally been on the line. And most people, they can't say that. They literally can't say that. Pastor Dow was a paratrooper for 10 years in the United States Army in the military. And we're talking about an order of people who possess a different character and nature than normal men. Part of the elite. And I can tell you all the ins and outs and everything that there is when it comes to serving in the 82nd Airborne Division. But you've never been there. You can't tell me about it. You can't tell me the commitment that it takes. But hey, like I said, I'm an Israelite. And not only that, I'm a Jeremiah 3:15. But you are the ones going to be the ones to determine if that is so. You're going to hear a lot of things from me that you will never, ever hear in Christianity. But I challenged, and I will challenge, openly, civilly, respectfully, and honorably, all of your Christian teachers and preachers. Because I think that the time of playing religion and toying around with people's souls and playing games, that time should have been over with a long, long time ago. And I'm not about to sit up here and continue to sit by idly while I watch a few good people who really, truly love Jesus, love the Messiah, Yahshua, continually watch their souls being fleeced. No. If the Father leads them over here and they hear me, they're going to get impacted. And for the first time in their lives, they're actually going to open up this book, and there's going to be a spiritual drive, something that's going to ignite inside of you. Because you know the reason why that happens? Because faith comes by hearing, and hearing comes by the word of Yah. And you can't hear without a preacher. That's the reason why you get so convicted. That's the reason why that at times you hear me, first you experience that initial shock, and you go, oh, hell no. Then you go turn the dial, and then later on, the Holy Spirit, the Ruach, begins to deal with your mind. And next thing you know, you're back over here, you're listening again. And each time you come and listen, you're paying attention like you never have before. And now all of a sudden you're interested. Now you're like, And then it won't be long before I am playing around in your house, your backyard, and your playground. And I'm going to expose something that you thought was truth. And beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to show you that you have believed a lie. This whole country is built on a lie. We live on stolen ground, period. It was not morally or ethnically taken, even in a war front. It is possessed by a nation of hypocrites. And that's the reason why that America would never, ever get rid of the stigma of what many of you people have never heard of, the transatlantic slave trade, or sacking the indigenous people of this land, the American Indians, and putting them on reservations and making them out of drunks. Because, I mean, think about the character and nature of this people right here. And many of you are descendants of this people, and you have not repented of that condition. Just like I'm a descendant of the slaves. And many people have not ever repented of that condition, and instead of repenting, like the Apocrypha talk about, many people, the wicked Israelites, they consented to the laws of this land. Well, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. My mind is made up that there could be a time that I'm going to have to go to my death for believing this book. Well, I'll be in good company because there's a lot of my people that chose rather to suffer affliction with the righteousness than enjoy the pleasure of sins for a season. And then after that, I'm going to receive my crown. But I'm not about to toy around with any man or woman's soul. I don't care what color, not color you are. You want to become part of the nation because that's my job, is to minister to you. You the one can pick and choose to whether you want to listen or not. Now, I hope I brought some clarity because I'm speaking to a plethora of people out here. A diverse audience, a very wide group of people right here. Y'all did say that he was going to bring in a people that would provoke my people to jealousy. And I'm going to just make it plain. There are white people that have come into this covenant right here that I have seen serve the Father to the same level. And I have a very high level that I serve the Father with. And have a great drive and ambition, even more so, and they're very sensitive towards my ancient people. And they are good brothers and good sisters, and I love them dearly. I truly, truly do. And they are my true brothers and sisters. Then I got people out here, they expect me to receive them because they have some hue, a tone to their skin, and I'm supposed to accept them as Israelites. Oh, hell no, you wicked bastard. Ain't no way I'm going to accept you when you're a deceiver. And you're only here to try to puff yourself up. And you're only here to deceive and fleece the flock of Yah. You're nothing but a wolf. I know you when I see you. But then there are brethren who have this hue, who have just discovered who they are. They are excited. The first thing they experience is a very serious letdown because they begin to embrace the curses that have gone on and what our people have done. And it's personal. It is something spiritual. You know, who was that? Who was that white man that said? Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch said, the one thing you don't want to do is let these people find out who they are. Because if they start to discover who they are, the mind has this uncanny ability to reset and to go back. And that's what's happened. What's happened is I've been told in this country, because I don't have privilege, I've been told in this country my history by the people who have enslaved me. And then I really truly found out what my history was and what it's all about. And now the people that enslaved me is trying to use reverse psychology, trying to make me out to be some type of racist. And it still doesn't stop people from all different nationalities coming, though, does it? So the devil is a lie. Look at the devil, and the devil is a lie. Now, you come over here, I'm going to tell you the truth. It ain't going to be popular. You're not going to like it. But you're supposed to love it. It's not based on whether we receive or reject, but you're supposed to love it. Maybe I've hopefully cleared it up since a lot of people are new to the channel here. But I'm not about to toy around with you. So no, Jesus was not a Christian, nor was he ever a Christian, and nor will he ever be a Christian. And God is not the God of Christians. He's the God of the Hebrews, period. And he only came to save one nation on this earth. All the rest of them, they've been appointed to serve idols, demons, devils, statues. All this been appointed to other nations. It's my job to tell you and those of you who want to be a part of our people, under the created universe, you come out of her and be separate. And you don't touch these unclean things anymore. You got Christianity. One of the most abominable beasts that there is that swine, that damn pig. And they'll tell you, pray over it, he cleans it. Now that goes totally against his character and nature. You mean to tell me that after he says something is an abomination, he gonna clean it up for you? No, see, that's the problem when you have someone of another nation who have hijacked your book, sacked the temple, took the furniture, and then they begin to put their penmanship to it, and they begin to tell the story their way. And that is what's happened with the religion of Christianity. And so, no, I don't accept Christianity. As a matter of fact, it and Islam has got to be pretty much on par. Now, I think Islam is above Christianity when it comes to morality and spirituality. But Christianity has got to be the religion of Satan, period, point blank. Now, am I talking about Jesus? No, because Jesus was not a Christian. I don't care what you see in there. He came to save his people. And he comes from the seed of David, of the seed of Israel. His people. You ever heard of family reunion? That's what this thing is all about. My family reunion from their sins. So no. My people have not been bleached out. And no, they've been scattered to the four winds of the earth. Four corners are there for sure. But you're not going to find people that is of another nation to be more passionate about telling this story than I am unless they receive the same spirit that I have. And that's the truth, and that's true straight way. Anyway, I try not to offend, but I know we're going to offend. But I'm not the one that causes it. It's not my problem, not my trouble. But hey, just investigate. Do your due diligence. And then if you are of the Father and you have shown that you can see the error of your way, contact us. We're very serious-minded people. Very serious-minded and very disciplined people. We're not the people of this land. We are y'all's chosen, set apart. Y'all be encouraged. Contact us if you want to live a holy, quiet, and peaceful life. And then when it's over, go to the kingdom.